Hi, welcome to this coaching video. And these coaching videos are called Socratic Dialogues. My name is Ken. I'm a director of Freedom Works UK and we coach people. And we're shooting a series of these videos to give people an idea of what coaching is and what people can get from coaching. So thank you very much for agreeing to take part in this coaching video. And just tell us a little bit about you. Who are you? What do you do? Just a little bit like that. I know you personally, but I just want people who are watching to know who you are as well and what you do.
Yeah, sure. My name's Justin. So I'm 30 years old. I don't know. But anyway, I'm an emotional acceptance coach.
Okay.
I've been coaching for the last 2 years. So I basically specialise with people that suffer with anxiety, and I help them essentially to overcome the anxiety and to move from a place where they're essentially suffering with their anxiety, helping them to overcome that and move to a place where they're more confident and they're able to express themselves more confidently and relate to people in a better way as well.
So that's what you do.
That's what I do.
Right. Okay, good. And then, in terms of coaching, what we're looking at is how can I make a difference doing what you do? You're already a coach, so you know a bit about what I do. Do you coach in groups or do you coach one-to-one? What way do you coach?
So I do both. So I coach in groups. I run a meetup group called Leading Light, which is a kind of support group for people suffering with anxiety, low self-esteem, low confidence, depression, so those kind of things. So that's a kind of group where people can come together, find a kind of support network, and I kind of facilitate that space as well. And I also offer one-to-one coaching as well. Okay,
so if you kind of describe what style of coaching it is, for example, do you have a style or do you just just tell us a little bit about how do that, so instead somebody watching this video would understand what you mean, because this coaching is like, lots of coaches doing various different types of coaching. I mean, I do group coaching and and then I have a particular method of coaching, which I'll tell you about in a bit. But so what is, if there is anything that people understand about what you do, how do you describe it, the type of coaching you do?
So I don't follow any particular kind of method or style of coaching. It's my own kind of unique style, which I've developed over the last 2 years. And it's essentially, it's very personal, and I rely heavily on kind of working in the moment, so uncovering what the main issue is in the moment and then helping the client to move, working in that space and then helping them to kind of untangle whatever their issue is in the moment. So it's very personable.
Sure, so it's very interactive, it sounds like.
Very interactive, and it's one-to-one, they're getting, my kind of focus and all my attention in the moment, and it's very much kind of working in that space and helping them to untangle whatever's kind of in the way. And essentially it's kind of, my focus is on getting them out of the head and into the body, so working a lot with feelings and the emotions side of things. I think a lot of therapy focuses on thoughts, whereas I tend to focus more on the emotions and the feelings, getting them to feel their emotions, to become more comfortable with their emotions. So it's kind of working from that angle, and then that's my kind of style that I've been developing over the last 2 years. So
right, so that gives us an idea. All right, so in terms of your as a business, as where you want to go, where are you at the moment with your coaching business?
So I'm very much in the kind of early stages. Started group coaching the last 2 years. This year, the beginning of this year, decided to embark on kind of one-to-one coaching. So I have a small pool of clients at the moment that I coach one-to-one. So it is at the very kind of infancy stage. So that's where I'm at the moment.
Right, so from a coach to coach, what's the area that you like coaching in particularly in this session? What's like, where are you kind of, like everybody needs, like every coach needs a coach, right? So I've got a coach, so it's one of those things about coaching, right? So what's the area in your business that you're maybe, not feeling 100% about, or not 100% satisfied about, where you could have some outcome from my coaching, from this coaching session?
Yeah, I think actually something I've been thinking about recently is kind of a title for what it is that I do.
Okay. Yeah.
And
yes.
So I've been putting off for a long time, procrastinating. So I kind of have been calling myself a kind of emotional acceptance coach.
Okay.
But I want to I'm not sure about that. I'm thinking of developing that, maybe having something a bit more kind of snappy. That's maybe
so
more appealing.
let's have a look. So the idea is to create to kind of like put a label to the can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what's in the can? Okay. So so far you said emotional acceptance coach. What other names have you come up with?
Anxiety coach.
Anxiety coach. It
it
sounds like you have anxiety. Before you said anxiety coach.
It's like kind of a bit alarmist, but I mean.
Yeah. I can understand.
It tells you exactly what it is, so there's no confusion.
Yeah.
So.
But it's difficult to market.
But maybe it's difficult to market because it is portrayed as kind of negative.
Yeah.
But the other one I was thinking about recently is emotional freedom coach. I like that, kind of freeing people up. And essentially that's what I do. So there's maybe some guidance around that.
So emotional freedom coach, you like that? So talk us a bit more about what you like about it. What do you like that?
Well, it's got the word emotional in it, so that's what I'm dealing with, emotions, essentially. And getting them to a place of where they're looking at their emotions, becoming more comfortable with those negative emotions, anxiety, etc. And essentially, when I think about my coaching, it's about freeing them up from that space. So freeing them up from whatever issue they are in, and freeing them up into kind of new space, and a space where they kind of looking at their anxiety in a different way, overcoming their anxiety. So I like that. But again, I don't know, it's a popular thing at the moment, maybe.
What, emotional freedom coaching? Well, there's the emotional freedom technique, there's something very different.
Exactly. So, but I mean, the word freedom is used quite a lot.
I know, but it's like, so most of words that we use in coaching could be said like that. Yeah. So, but it needs to mean something to you, and also it needs to, somehow also needs to make sense to people. So when they're looking for a coach, they go to Google and type a name, and you need to be something that they think of. And it's good if it's a really great name, but then if nobody knows what to call it, then you won't get called. So emotional freedom coach. So what don't you not like about it then? What's wrong with emotional? Because it seems like what you do.
It's not that I don't like anything about it. It's just I guess maybe in a way I had an attachment to the emotional acceptance coach previously, but now I've kind of recently been thinking about the emotional freedom. Have you
done any kind of, have you asked any of your clients or people you've been coaching in the last 2 years in your meetup group what they think would be like a best idea for them? Like what would catch their mind?
No, that's a really good idea actually. Yeah, I haven't thought about that.
Since some research that people, ultimately you don't have to go with it, you just get the idea of what people think of it, so you can include those words in the title.
Kind of get an opinion.
What people say. I mean, mostly to look at what people look at or how people search for a coach.
Okay.
Then you can name it based on what people are actually looking for. We had the same problem, Freedom Works UK.
Okay.
Who are they? What with it? So it's difficult to get it, right. But once you get it right, you become at home as a coach, and you don't have to worry about changing names and what do I call myself. But you're free to give the coaching, and then that takes precedence. So then,
I think that's the thing. Is like just being completely comfortable with the title and the name of what you do, because it kind of defines you in a way. And So just, but
sometimes your clients, what they take from you probably tells you more about what you do rather than what you talk about yourself. So if they haven't, if they know, then you can more target the naming of what you call the company to that. Which gives you like easier access to people who are looking for what you're doing as a coach.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very good idea actually. So
Yeah.
You say you ask my clients.
Ask,
or,
I mean,
yeah.
you ultimately you decide which
Yeah.
you like, obviously, but then it gives you lots of insight into, and then you can use that information to market yourself. You could call it say exactly the same thing, but then under the tin you can you've got a paragraph of what does it mean, and then you could add those words to that so that it encapsulates the meaning of emotional freedom coach.
Okay, that's a very good idea. We'll look into that. Yeah, no. That's great actually. It's something I haven't thought about. So.
Well, that's that's what I aim to do with these coaches. That's something what I do with people when I coach to, because you know everything what you need to know in what you're doing. My job is to look at and see what I can provide for you, so it adds to your experience, and where it creates where you're going becomes quicker, faster, easier.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Any other questions you want to ask about?
Any other questions?
About what we just spoke about, anything that you're not sure about?
Maybe just in terms of maybe getting more clients.
Yeah, well, I think that the solution to the thing will answer your research will answer how to where to, all those. Sometimes people wait too long in looking at how to, and also why, asking why and how. It's just getting out and doing it.
Okay.
So just try it, and you keep trying it, and you learn as you try, and also you create a new path for yourself when you try, because you may be the only person who's trying that idea and doing that thing. So you will discover yourself as while you're on the journey. Okay. Which is what you said originally. You're somebody who hasn't got a particular style, so you will be true to what you're doing anyway.
Yes. Yes, that's it. That's brilliant. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the time, and thanks to agreeing to be in this coaching video. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Ken.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cool.